Hello, everyone. I suppose I should reveal myself. Thank you for joining us. Hold on, let me get this. The ship's cat has decided to. The ship's cat has decided to join us here, everyone. Let's get some background music going.
I was going to make the joke of Mother Cat, but
So we have a lot of people joining us. A broad hello and howdy to you. I appreciate you being here. This has been a long time in coming due to a lot of circumstances. But here we are. We're ready to play Alien RPG. So thank you for stopping by. I will be reading through chat. Now, the priority for me is to make sure I'm facilitating the game and answering questions of my players. However, some of you in chat may have familiarity with the system and would be able to answer questions that maybe I can't in the moment. Tonight, we're going to be playing in two parts, separated by a little intermission, a little bit of a break. And, well, I guess let's talk to the players who are here for tonight. As you know, as GM, as game mother, GM to player, and we'll get to meet their player characters here in a series of introductions that will form a vignette for you all. That way we can get to know everyone and warm up by rolling some dice and seeing what happens. Now, I have to imagine that they're going to be able to survive the tutorial initial half hour of their spotlight. But this is a deadly game, and I can't make any promises. So, in this game, while I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be a super tyrant about it. Just remember that if you roll dice, if you do not get a success, it's not that nothing happens. You fail. And there are consequences for failing. And so there is pressure anytime dice are involved in some way. So let me reveal. As we bring our players online here. Now, we are also joined in the background, lurking, as xenomorphs are wont to do. I have a Coffee Cat Presents lurking in the background, helping to facilitate. Is the co-GM for this game. So I am going to give Coffee a shout out as a sign of appreciation here.
Oh, hello.
I can spell shout out. There we go. There we are. Now, Coffee, this is not Coffee's first rodeo in terms of role-playing games broadcast here on Twitch. Stop by for an occasional caffeine fix of an art stream every Wednesday. Coming up, the caffeine fixes are supporting your upcoming Chronicle for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, which has moved from Austin to Houston, correct?
No, to Dallas.
Oh, Dallas. I'm sorry, to Dallas. And then on Thursday, brain fart. On Thursdays, it is Rebirth, a D&D tale. So
That is true.
plenty of roleplay and storytelling to be found. And Coffee, thank you for working stage crew effectively, moving props and everything between scenes. And as much as I want to say I'm a professional here, in all honesty, what has happened is you have found, for the next couple Tuesdays, you found a group of people who are doing like high school or community theater. And so Coffee's in like a black a black shirt and like black sweatpants, and is like taking the props back and forth, and it's we're gonna have all the fun and actual heart and soul that such troops put into their presentations, and I hope you enjoy it, even if it gets a little spoopy now and again. So we're going to meet our other players here as we go through. Valandar is currently not present, so we'll see what happens with Jim if I have to, pilot his character, who's not a pilot, but that would be fun and ironic. If I have to pilot Jim, then we'll cross that bridge if we get to it. Speaking out of character first, hello and thank you to my players. And is there anything you wish to say to the audience, or just to, if you have a last joke, or you want to get some nerves relaxed before we start our series of introductions? If not, that's fine. But some people do well with a warm-up, so... I'm sorry, I talked over you. Say it again.
I say, greetings, fellow humanoids. Let this go.
Alrighty then. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, ahoy there, mates, and wish us luck!
So those of you out there, Rosewolf, welcome. I saw you snuck into your seat here. The lights were already down, but it's okay. We won't make a big deal about it. Wish the players well as we get into this, and in all honesty, wish me well too. Don't tell them. This is just between you and me. I'm kind of nervous too, but it's a fun energy. Let's give it a try. And if we got to look at a rule book, we look at a rule book. And if we got to laugh about something, then we're going to laugh about something. And if we got to clutch our pearls and go, "Whoa," so we're going to do that too. All right. So tonight,
heard that.
Tonight we are going to open up with the spotlight, the introduction to warm up. Silver, that this is now going to take you as the player, and let's like sleeve you into your character. All right. So this is going to be a role play warm up. This is going to be some dice rolling and some fun. Well, hopefully fun. And we're going to get the events of Red Space going with you. No pressure, but everyone's first impressions are literally riding on your shoulders.
Well, first of all, as I said, ahoy there.
That might be somewhat appropriate. Well, maybe not the ahoy. Now, Coffee Cat, would you do me a favor? And I need Isaac to be placed into this pilot seat, please.
I'm actually not really tempted to start up with a joke.
You don't have to.
No, but I am tempted.
If you got them, launch them.
And just more like a reference to a series. Just let me know when scene is ready.
Well, that's not it.
That's
not it. All right. Well, that's...
When you don't have things on map layers, it makes it hard to click things.
It does, but I am illiterate in Roll20, despite how long... All right, there we go.
There we go.
Okay. That being said, Coffee, maybe you and I can work on that for the following sessions. But right now, we have. Well, I don't want to describe your character. Silver, I would like you to give just a short little blurb about who it is. Who are we seeing in the pilot seat?
Currently sitting in the pilot's seat is Isaac Johnson. Most people just call him Isaac. He is about 8-10 years oldish, maybe. He's a very young, very scrawny child. Brown messy hair, brown eyes. As he's just basically sitting on the pilot's seat, just basically enjoying the view that's in front of him, as he says to himself a little bit, Stardate, Captain's Log. We seem to be approaching a ship. I'm going to request for docking. Beep boop, beep boop. As he's just like making noises, as he's like quote unquote play touching some of the buttons. Probably not that far from behind him are his actual parents. Who probably have a very nervous look on their face.
Isaac, you're not done yet. There's one more thing that you must do.
Good to hear from you, Admiral.
A chuckle will come back over the intercom. This is the voice of Yevon, who is the primary pilot of the Cicada, the ship that you find yourself on in other circumstances. But here, this is your ship. Now, you can call it what you wish, but you're in communications with Yevon, who is providing you some instruction. Of course, you're allowed to have some, fantasy and play and lean into it, because that's part of this.
I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Am I forgetting something? Am I forgetting something?
No, so far so good. Everything seems to be in order. Where did you learn to fly?
If I told you, my dad would have to kill you.
Well, just, I guess be careful out there, because you actually have that ability if you steer the wrong way.
But no, with all seriousness, I just basically took a few flight simulators.
Well, yes, that's, you are in one actually right now. It must be that real for you.
Oh, yeah, sometimes I forget.
UPP is the best technology.
I thought that was Wayland's thing. Wayland Yutani's thing? Or is it,
Hey, kid, don't... Don't say that.
Oh, sorry.
That's not on the record, okay?
Sorry, I forget.
No, just, ease it out, okay?
Yep. As he, does so, or tries to attempt to do so.
Good,
I'm assuming I need him.
This is easy. You're in your ship. You're easing out of the shuttle bay here, in a simulator here. You apparently have been, if only for the amusement of the pilot of the Cicada, you have been strapped in to this shuttle in order to see what you can do here. Your parents may be watching. They're not here with you, but one of them might actually be in the control center of the cicada. So I guess.
Yep.
Do him proud.
Yeah, he's feeling a little queasy and nervous, in a good way.
Well, you ease the controls and you are pulling away from the cicada.
All right.
And now that you're in the shuttle, maybe it gives you an appreciation for the quiet of space, or at least the different construction of this piece of machinery. For the ship you're on has earned that name, which is also unofficial and not on the books, because of the sounds that just the engine and the pulsing of the machinery make. It is just an inherent. It's a thing.
Yep.
If there's a squeaky wheel, well, there's no wheels here, but there's this constant droning of a cicada sound. At least a bug that you think is it's a cicada. You're told anyway. I don't know if you actually have gotten to hear one, but rest assured, it's a throwback to.
No, I've seen them in like textbooks and stuff, so I know what they look like. Never seen one in person though.
Now that you are, you're away from the mothership, and you are at the helm of this shuttle. Isaac, what are your thoughts and feelings here now that you realize you have this power at your fingertips? You have this machine to control. You have the beautiful vistas before you and the vastness of space. What is it like for you?
He has like the biggest, goofiest smile on his face. As he's just like.
Hey, hands on the controls.
Sorry. I'm just excited.
Yeah, well, excitement can do a lot, but it can also get you killed as one of those lots.
What's the worst that can happen? Actually, don't answer that.
Yes, well, you shouldn't be asking questions to which you don't want to know the answers. Alright. You think you got the feel for the basics. You seem to be pretty good at it already.
Yep.
Good.
Is it okay if I test the ship's limits?
Slowly. That's what the point is.
Cool. I'm gonna attempt that. Oh, here it is. As he's gonna attempt to pilot. I assume I make a roll for that?
You don't have to right now. This is easy stuff.
Okay. Everything's good so far.
Yep. So this is so maybe you're kind of bouncing in your seat a little bit. You're like, all right, come on.
Yep.
This is. I want to do something more than just basic maneuver.
Give me off the training wheels. Give me off the training wheels.
To repeat your okay, this monitors this, and growing up in the Union of Progressive Peoples it is very interesting, considering that there are many peoples in this conglomeration of worlds. Many technologies which get cobbled together, and many languages that are spoken. So inside your cockpit is a mix of a couple different languages. Maybe one or two of them you might even be able to speak. Others, you might need to ask your guide, what does this button do? And, it's part of the lesson. So this character...
What's with this red button here? It's written in a weird language I don't understand. What's with this red button here?
That's one of 30. You're not describing anything. But for right now,
It's
no.
round, it's
Nope.
big, and it's shiny.
That means it hasn't been touched. I probably would want you to continue that behavior.
I won't touch it out of not knowing what that does.
Good. Now, let's get you warmed up. I have a little thing here for you that is going to start the water boiling. Are you ready?
As soon as I can be.
Yes, well, hey, do us all proud here, huh? You're son of a hotshot.
Let's see. That would be this button, I think.
No, but it's okay. That's why I'm controlling the simulation.
No, wait, I found it.
The proper button lights up here in your cockpit, and yeah.
Yep.
The scene shifts before you after you've done these basic maneuvers. You've gotten a general feel for how things are operating, and now there is another ship next to you.
Oh.
And you can see a simulated face of your guide, the pilot of the Cicada here, as he looks over through the canopy of this other shuttle and waves, though it's very low polygon count and kind of flickers, but
I mean, my character doesn't really care. He's waving back again with his goofy ass smile.
Time for a race.
Yes.
To that moon and back. What do you say?
and
That's.
a moon appears before you.
Oh, to the moon and back. Okay. Or is it just to the moon?
And back here. There.
Okay.
A signal, like a little probe, bloop, pops out of Yevon's shuttle and is floating there as a beacon.
He basically gets ready. He's in position as he's basically waiting for to go, as he is absolutely balls to the wall ready. Or not
And
balls to the walls, but
The race begins. The acceleration, nice and easy. On your way there, not too shabby. There's no dramatic bumping or clashes of your vehicles. But
even then,
Mhm.
even then, my character would play fair. Like if you know he did that, then my character would be like, "Hey, stop doing that."
No,
But
this is a fair race. It's you and him. As you're accelerating, now that you are pushing the limits of this shuttle, the simulation is giving you, I guess, one last lesson, as there are things internally to it that sound like they're vibrating. Something might actually be loose, but you don't know what it is. But so far, it's not loose enough to the point of falling off, and that's what counts.
I should probably tell them before they run this sim again.
You are now on the approach to swing around the moon, and as you have some forces to contend with, both in however your opponent is going to be turning or otherwise maneuvering, as well as you're going to be encountering some different gravity. Now that you're actually approaching, you're going to swing around the moon here. I would like you now to make a piloting check. This is going to be a solo one, just for you to start compensating for this turn.
All right. I think I clicked it. Or did I click it?
It hasn't shown up in chat.
Go to one. Let's try again.
It might require extra dice on it.
I clicked it twice and it didn't roll.
That's odd.
Check if there are any pop-ups.
Oh yeah, is it asking you? Is it prompting you for extra dice?
Huh? Oh no. Yeah. Hold on. My bad.
Okay. All right, one success. All right, good. The turn begins, and so far, you have done well, not getting pulled into its gravity, and dying.
Oh.
Now, if
Wow.
you want more than just one success, one success is you've done the basic thing, though you haven't. You could perhaps do more. Do you want to try and do more, or are you happy with you're beginning the turn?
Well, I'm assuming. Well, even though he wants to, he's like, better safe than sorry right now, because right now it's just that even if he loses, he's learning a lesson, and that's what's important to him.
Okay.
Like because regardless of win or lose, he's learning something.
All right. On my behalf, I would like you to roll another piloting. This is for Yivin, but add 2 dice to it, please.
Okay. I guess if I send dice to add, so oh wait, wrong thing. That's on my desktop. Submit.
All right. So, in your swing, congrats, you have not fallen into the moon's gravity. However, your opponent is pulling ahead. And, well, you know what? He's done this a couple times, so...
I mean, he's probably a far better expert than I am.
As he passes you, you get a thumbs up, but it also turns into... Only it's not pointing at you, it's pointing ahead.
Okay. I will go ahead.
I need you to roll an observation to...
Oh, right. Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's why we're doing this, to warm up.
Let's see. Observation. Nothing.
Nope, no extra dice.
1 success.
Okay. You do in fact see that there is some sort of like an old satellite that is coming up that could possibly be in your way. You have sensed it. If you want to push, you may, or you can be happy with this information as you continue your turn to loop around the moon.
He'll be happy with it, and try to avoid this station as much as possible.
Okay. There you go. So that's fine. So far, things are not abnormal, so a success is fine. Now, you're not punching it, so there's no extra stress that might otherwise impact your dice pool. Everything is smooth sailing, even though, well, you're not winning, but you're also not dead. And that's good.
Yeah.
So
he's just happy that he's flying an actual simulator.
roll another piloting here as you go and change your course to not smash into this debris. Nice.
2 successes.
Now that you have 2, one of those is a success. You get to choose how you wish to apply one stunt because you have 2 successes.
Okay.
You may also push if you want to try and get more.
The way... Okay, so... what my character does is that once he sees the satellite, he's going to basically corkscrew around it. So... he basically is just like, okay, let's give this a go. As he... around the station, past it to basically be right back up, even basically dead even back with with the competitor. And that's the effect I would wish to add.
Okay, sure. Yeah, the stunt has you do a cool little maneuver, and you're catching up. And you also haven't smashed into space junk. Very good. Now,
Isaac, not bad. I saw that maneuver there. All right, let's bring it home. I wonder if you can punch it. We gotta get back to the ship anyway. Are you ready for this last leg?
Alright. I guess I'm punching it? What do I punch?
Don't actually punch things. That's not good. That is euphemism.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you meant the speedy thing.
he makes an after you gesture, and I want you to roll one more pilot as you're clearing around the moon. As you're trying to slingshot with the extra little bit of boost of gravity. Excellent. Do you want to try and go for more by pushing?
Nope.
Okay, 2 successes. So would you like to use that extra success as a stunt to get a little extra speed, or effectively in a contested roll, you know, you would be forcing him to try and beat the number of successes that you have?
I would basically like the extra boost. Basically, what I would like to do is since I'm probably fairly close to the moon, I'll like to use the gravitational pull from the moon to act as a slingshot effect to send my ship going a little bit faster.
Excellent. All right, I want you to make a piloting at +2 for Yivin, and we'll see how he does as he attempts to do the same thing.
He also gets 2 successes.
He does, but you know what? He is going to push it. Now, while I'm having you roll this, obviously this isn't your stress, but what I'd like you to do is add 1 stress to your character, and then push the roll.
Let's see. Where's the stress meter?
It's a little bar, and you click in it to add 1 stress.
Found it.
And that should
So
give
push.
you, on your reroll, an extra yellow dice. Extra yellow die. Huh. I don't know why the yellow wasn't included in that, but... alright, well, anyway.
I think I may have done it wrong.
The point... We'll roll with it. This is tutorial. This is beginning stuff, so don't worry. So, he grits his teeth a little bit, kind of gets a sweat as he's stressing himself, even in this simulation, and is pushing it, and pulls ahead. Now, he clears the moon before you do.
Oh, man. Oh, well. I'm just having
Isaac,
fun.
finish your turn. Punch it. We have to get back.
Yep, on it. I guess I go faster? Why is that not moving?
Make an observation roll, as you're already clearing. It's just he cleared it before you, but his voice had a bit of a panic in it.
Why are you panicking? Is there something bad on the other end?
You can see ahead.
That's why.
Your vision is clearing the horizon of the moon. That the cicada is under attack. Apparently, during your trip out to the moon and around, this was more time than just like, I don't know, in like D&D, there's like 6-second rounds. This wasn't a quick little, you know, like you were racing, you might have been bantering. We can fill in some stuff too, but by the time that you clear around the moon for that last leg back to the flashing probe, you see that the cicada, the ship that your parents are on, is under attack. Yivin has already maybe he just caught the gravity better, has pulled ahead, but you can see now why he was panicked.
Yeah, I am joining him on that panic.
Boosting back forward itself is not a tremendous feat because there's no satellites to dodge. But on your approach, you... Oh, go ahead.
Are there guns on these? I'm guessing not.
Officially, there are 4 gun-looking things on the ship. 2 of them are guns.
I don't see any.
He'll describe to you what you're looking for on the approach.
Wait.
Now, as you are getting close to battle, this is your character. Will have. I want you to go up to 2 stress. I know the first was a simulation of Yivin. This, however, Isaac, this is now pressure on you because you are personally, as the pilot, you are stressed out, and on top of that, whatever forces are attacking your reconnaissance ship is threatening everyone, including your parents. And the thought of watching them explode in front of you isn't very pleasant.
Oh, please.
So,
I'll be a very good boy.
Are you at 2 stress on your sheet?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully, I don't know if it just takes a second for it to recognize it or not. But
I just haven't.
Let's
I
give
haven't
it
rolled
one
it
last
yet.
roll. Now that you have 2 stress, and I want you to make a piloting check as you are barreling forward and getting close to combat here. You're trying to, you're trying to keep eyes, but you got to get there. You got to get back to mom and dad.
There we go.
Aha! So now we have 2 successes, one of them on a stress die, which counts. However,
There's a panic die.
there is a panic die. And for those of you watching out there, if you roll stress, stress dice can be great because you can get extra successes from it. However, if you roll a 1 or that face hugger symbol, that is, it's not just a failure, it is a panic. Now, on the panic chart, I need you to roll 1d6, please.
Alright. I guess that's on my sheet.
There should be a button that has some d6s. If you just hit... Okay.
Oh no.
2? Alright. So we had 2 plus your 2 stress is 4. However, if we look at panics on the chart, which if any of you are playing along at home is on page 105, on a result of 1 to 6, you're keeping it together. You manage to keep your nerves in check, barely. However, your stress is going to go up 1 more, so put yourself at 3 stress. Okay.
As he is full blown like a oh no, just keep it.
Keep it together. Alright, that button I told you about.
Right.
One of those things in the middle of the heads-up display. Try and get them away from the cicada. Do it now.
He'll attempt to do so.
I want you to make a ranged combat.
Oh, it's a squeeze. Oh.
All right, so now multiple panics don't necessarily stack in a terrible way. Unfortunately, it only takes 1 in order to negate successes and whatever. However, you now have 3 stress, and I need you to roll 1d6 for the panic die again. And we're adding that result. We're adding 3 to that result. Okay. Isaac, this cockpit's getting kind of hot. But now you're up to 4 panic, and but you're keeping it together. you know what? Mom and Dad are relying on you. They need you, and just
Okay, Isaac, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. Okay, deep breath. Okay, I got this, I got this, I got this.
okay. I want you to make a mobility. You are now close. You've engaged the enemy with your weapons. You didn't hit them. However, they are firing at you. And this isn't so much piloting as this is going to be you almost having a bodily reaction in the seat. So I want you to roll a mobility, plus of course your 4 stress die.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Hey, 2 successes.
All right, keep it together, and you're in the zone. Like even though it's a bodily reaction. Kind of like how if you play a racing video game, you kind of lean into it even though it doesn't affect the controller. But it's kind of affecting your controller here. Congrats. You managed to dodge. And now, what I would like you to do on my behalf, Isaac, is I would like you to make a ranged combat +2.
With my stress of 4 or no?
Go ahead and keep it. That's fine. This is going to be representative of several ships firing on you, so it's kind of a larger dice pool. But I'd rather let you have fun and roll dice. Okay. So, a couple attacks from one of the ships here. One of them completely misses in return. However,
that was close.
2 other ships, there's a like flashes, and you're getting whip. In fact, I even have I have an effect for that. Hold on a moment.
Just like wiping the sweat off of his brow.
The shuttle is it can take more in a ultimate grand scheme of the universe, but it's not doing very well. You just took 2 hits. And there's a red light that's flashing. There's a noise going on. This isn't looking very good here. What would you like to do, Isaac? You are in the pilot seat. Yevon has already broken off trying to take some of the other fighters out. Do you want to try and push an attack? Do you want to run away? Or do you want to continue to dodge out of here? What is your goal?
I think he'll make an attempt to try to help take down some of the fighters.
Okay.
Because he's like, okay, we need to take down some of these fighters, and then I try to dodge more effectively, and then hopefully some help can arrive. Okay.
Yep. Mom and Dad are counting on you. Take them out.
Yep. This is probably a bad idea. Q?
Okay.
Success.
Do you want to push this at all for more successes, or are you happy with?
Should I be greedy?
You can push your luck if you wish.
It's tempting. I think Isaac, not knowing very well about combat, won't push the boundaries of the ship.
All right.
Because he's not really combat oriented right now. Pew? Oh, wait, I think I fired one. Did I fire one of the missiles? Oh, shit.
Your shots go off, and you do in fact hit one of the opposing polygons attacking your parents' ship here, and
scratch one bogey.
I would like you to roll on my behalf one more time mobility, just straight up mobility. We'll ignore your yellow dice.
All right.
Okay.
Well, one of those yellow dice is a success, so.
Okay. Yep. That's fine. We're well, this isn't for you. You're rolling on my behalf here. So,
Oh.
what ends up happening is the ship that you hit does not crash into you. Good. And then you watch it go plummeting into the side of the cicada. Isaac!
Isaac, what was that? What's going on?
Can you make me some damage to this cicada? That I may have caused indirectly?
I see that. I've taken too many hits too. This is your call, Isaac. What's it going to be?
Do we call for help, or?
If you two succeed, you might be able to drive off the last remaining attackers. You could always run away from combat.
But badasses deserve to be on the front lines, though.
All right.
Don't tell my mom.
It's a pleasure serving with you. Let's do this.
Please don't tell my mom.
And all right, you push the attack one more time. Now, as you're making a loop around to line up an enemy here, as you are you are not necessarily in the navigational headspace. I'm going to get a shot on you as you are lining up your shot back on me. I would like you to roll a ranged combat on my behalf, and we'll just keep your yellow dice as whatever. Okay. So, heavy fire rains down. You line up behind the one that had missed you. All right, Isaac. Nice. You're still sweating, but nice. As things are the combat is swirling, Isaac, you open up, and the polygons are exploding into smaller polygons in front of you. And I want you to make one ranged combat for your former rivals' behalf. Can you tag team this together? Will you win the day? Will something else happen? He's stressed out. We're going to keep your stress dice for him, too.
Range combat?
Yep, ranged combat.
Any additions, subtractions?
No, just keep it as it is.
Alright.
Oh, no. All right. Unfortunately, Yevon hears, he tries. And he does not take out his enemy. Who
I got one on my 6! I got one on my 6!
I would like you to make another ranged combat as the enemy's going to take its turn in this mock combat here. Are you going to get got, or are you gonna be missed and then set something up here?
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Or I had a phone call. No, text message.
All right, well, just
Okay.
roll a straight up ranged combat for me.
Holy!
Oh no! Well, Isaac, it was a pleasure knowing you, Isaac. As things are flying here, and your partner missed his shots, allowing the enemy to line up on you. in here, there's just a oh, you know what? I even have the I have something for you. Oh, it's not that one.
This is going to hurt. Mayday!
There's
Mayday!
you're getting alarms as the incoming fire, as everything just starts absolutely blaring noise and flashing red in several languages as all of your heads up here. Like everything is going is just going wonky. The entire ship is shaking, and then
Mayday!
all the lights turn off. All the sounds go away. The shaking stops.
Close my door.
And you're in your pilot seat. Probably breathing heavily.
That was awesome!
Congratulations, you're dead.
Hey, learning experience.
Of course. Though just remember, you only get to die once. In real life.
Well, yeah, but I'm still a kid. I probably got some years on me still.
Tell you what. Hop onto the simulator. Come up to the bridge. Your mother's here, and she wanted to talk to you. She kind of watched the whole thing.
I don't know. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. As he will unbuckle, stand up, and start walking slowly up that way. As he's like, please don't hurt the curse words. Or at least the one curse word that he said.
You disengage from the simulator here, and as you're walking through the cicada, you're walking past a lot of people. Boy, the ship, ever since being kind of retrofitted with some stuff, it has been very crowded. There's a lot of people here, but this seems to be something really important. And as you pass by, there's smiles, people who might wave to you. There's one of the medic crew in the hallway as you're walking past. You can wave and say hi.
Yeah, I basically wave hi to the medic crew because they have a very important job.
And as you're making your way up to the bridge, there are other kids too. Though, unfortunately, some of these kids don't seem to understand or respect the weight of civic duty your parents carry with them. Coffee, can we swap over to the scene behind in the hallway?
Oh no. Okay, I need to calm down. It's finally over.
You see them ahead of you, and it's here, Isaac, you have a choice. You can walk past them or through them in the tunnel, or if you want to avoid them altogether, because they have been bullies to you. But it's up to you. Do you want to stand up to the bullies, try and talk them down or knock them down? Or do you want to perhaps slip into the vents, as the construction of this ship has allowed for many pockets and maybe unintended gaps in things that you would be able to squeeze through?
I think Isaac, who probably knows these kids from like class and stuff, probably knows their general behavior, and quite frankly, kind of nervous around get other people his age, because he's still trying to kind of adjust to the new environment. So I think he will go for the vet.
Sure.
I'm just gonna go this way. Let's see. I know there should be there it is.
Okay.
There we go.
So you wiggle down into the plating and the decking here to go under these bullies or these rivals.
Uh-huh.
It's it's never clean, but it's always kind of cool. Sometimes there actually might be a bug that you find in the vents.
Oh, an ant.
So that might be a fun little like, oh, how'd you get here? Um, but now I need you to sneak past them. And
Uh-huh.
on your way here to the bridge to go see your mom and Yevon, the pilot here of the cicada. So I would like you to. We're gonna do a stealth mode, nice and easy.
Bum, 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 bum.
Now, fortunately, these bullies don't have anything in particular besides their own eyes and ears, and they're also they're located, or they're not located. They're just clustered up and
Uh-huh.
talking amongst each other. Um, so go ahead and let's. You're not in the line of sight, of course. Let's have you.
I mean, I'm basically right underneath them.
Yeah.
Do we roll mobility? Or what do we roll here?
If you're just passing through, then as the enemies are
Oh,
passive,
that.
as they haven't exactly like seen you, or they're not looking for you, like where'd he go? You're just kind of slinking through.
Uh-huh.
So you would go into stealth mode. Now, of course, you're moving slower, but that's fine because they're not finding you and possibly beating you up or anything along those lines.
Yep,
Let's
he's
have
just.
you do. If you want to sneak past the passive enemies undetected, make a sneak attack. Roll for mobility against their observation. So, yep, roll mobility.
How do I guess that?
Now your stress, you're still kind of stressed, but because it was only a simulation, I will let you drop down to just one stress. So
Okay, so
your
one
heart's
stress.
still going kind of fast, but you're not carrying like mortal fear.
Mm-hmm.
But it was thrilling, and you're getting a little spy adventure here. So yeah, just go down to one stress and roll mobility.
Will do. And pop goes the face out here.
Oh no! Okay. Well, this is where the
I
drama
actually
is.
got something. I got something perfect for this. Da, 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 da. Oh wait. I should be quiet, shouldn't I?
As you're crawling, yeah, through self-made noise, as you got your own like soundtrack going. Um, well, I don't know. Let me see here, just in case. Oh no, that's actually you. It's a failure and a panic, but you can't do anything more than like you keep your nerves. So
Uh-huh.
the kids, like one of them goes, "Did you hear something?" And they look around, they look down, and you're underneath the grating, like you know.
No.
Get him! All the kids shout as a couple of
Speed!
them try to pull up.
Yep, speed running down that bit.
So as they pull up to go down, you can either pop up and sprint normally, or you can try and double time while you're crawling. But I mean, they're crawling too. But if you get hung up in cables, or you, I don't know, you don't want to go through a spider web or something in there, and it has you pause for a second. Um,
Uh-huh.
what's your choice? Do you want to try and use the fact that they're trying to pry it up to like kind of tumble out and just dash to safety on the bridge, or do you want to keep
Yeah,
going?
sure.
Sure.
I'll do that.
All
As
right.
I go, whoop, nope, spy
You are
mode.
at 2 stress because you panicked. So go up to 2 stress,
Yep.
and I want you to roll another mobility for me.
3 success, 1 panic.
Okay. So we panic. uh,
Uh,
you
no. I'm like.
you manage to escape, though you are roughed up by the kids. Like they're not going to actually like end you, but your shirt is torn. You probably have a bruise somewhere.
And probably on like the back or something.
and
Like kind of like at the back shoulder.
yeah, and so it again, like it's I don't know how much health does your character have.
That's what I figure out.
Your amount of health is equal to your strength.
Oh, then 3.
3. Okay. So I don't know. We'll say you took one damage from the kids kind of punching and kicking as you were able to get away. They weren't trying to actually down you or break you in the mechanical terms, but you did you did manage to get out of there. You report to the bridge, and your mom is there, and she is looking at a monitor with Yevon, and there's a very interesting sight ahead. And as you walk in, your mom looks back, says, well, forget that. But Isaac, come here. Number one, you did pretty okay in the simulator, but our great mission, this is what the Governor General has sent us to go investigate.
What?
And before you see a really weird thing. It's kind of bulbous with some pits, but also some lumps. It looks almost like a bug itself. It's kind of smooth, but it has weird texture. But it's enormous. The size of this thing.
That's a really big cicada.
It's larger than the 3 ships that the Governor General sent out.
That's a big cicada.
And let's go to the next slide here, Coffee, if you don't mind.
Yes, that he's thinking that this is some sort of cicada.
And your mom and Yevon are watching a display on the bridge that is showing your father on this actual shuttle, which is going out and is going to be attaching various like clamps and cables to this thing to try and guide it back to where it's supposed to be, which according to the Governor General is back at the home planet.
Where do we even find this, Mom? Why are we finding this like really big cicada bug thing?
This has been something that has been, I guess you could say, on the radar for a while. And as you look, though, you see that this thing isn't on the radar necessarily. It's weird. It's not showing up like how it would normally on an instrument cluster.
Weird.
Things just aren't, even for your limited knowledge. But these are things that your parents have actually had the time and the luxury to be able to teach you. This doesn't look...
But it's not showing up on the radar.
It's a euphemism. You're like, this is the second time I've heard that today. And as you're watching this happen, there's a couple times where the readouts glitch.
That's weird. I thought who's typically like the engineer that fixes stuff on the station?
There's whoever in this instance.
Isn't Samantha usually the one that fixes this? I thought Samantha fixed this.
I don't think it's actually our equipment, Isaac. There's just it might be, I don't know, but this is for sure what the Governor General wants. And as you can see, your father's out there trying to get it, along with the others from the other 2 ships. And you can see, like, the instruments are telling a completely different story than just looking up and out through the glass, separating you all from the void of space.
Yeah, my character looks back towards the readings, looks up through the glass, looks back down to the readings, looks back up to the glass. Is it safe?
What are you seeing, miss?
This is the voice of your father coming over the intercom from
Hi,
the shuttle.
Dad!
This is fascinating. It's almost living from how it looks, and it's beautiful in a way, but I also think, yes, is that a UPP ship? But how it's almost fused into the side of this thing.
And your father continues to narrate, though as he is passing, as he's getting closer to this thing and now starting to pass like over it, the signal is beginning to break up.
Is it safe to bring that, whatever that is, on board?
Oh dear, if it wasn't safe, then we wouldn't have been sent out here to get it. I was told that our top researchers have looked into it and that we have been given the authority and the duty to carry this back to our people.
I'm pretty certain viruses say otherwise.
As you watch, you can see that the shuttles, the smaller shuttles, have landed effectively and are using the people and the equipment on them in order to secure various whatever, like cables and attachments. And after a while, well, I don't know, it seems to be pretty routine. It's a little weird that the things continue to flicker, but it is what it is. Occasionally, the sound of your father's voice can come over the intercom, and it sounds like he's just giving orders, but that's what your dad does, is he gives other people orders.
Yep, that's Dad.
And the work seems to be over, and they're on the return, back with a towing cable to sort of like make a loop here. And your mom seems to be pretty content. I would like you to make an observation roll.
Alright. Yoink. He did not spot anything. I think it's because he's like focusing on like looking back and forth. He's not really paying attention to his surroundings.
Do you want to push this, or do you want to accept the results?
I think he'll try. I think I'll try to push it because Isaac will be like, "Wait a minute."
Okay, so there we go.
Ooh.
Nice, and one on the stress die too. As this shuttle is returning back to the Cicada, you see that there's actually red splotches on the hull of the shuttle. Kind of like
blood?
Like maybe dust or something.
Is that dust?
And For a moment, Isaac, you swear something in one of those red patches might have moved or shifted.
What? As he looks absolutely confused.
Your mother comforts you, and your father, the bay doors open, and your father's shuttle and the shuttles from the other ships land, or like they dock inside, and
Hey. Oh, wait. Mom, I'm not an expert on space, but I could have sworn I saw one of those red dust things move.
it was probably just some debris. It happens. Things flake off, and space can be a very brutal place for, even whatever that thing is. For all we know, that's some kind of I don't know, like a sunburn. You know how your skin peels off if you get a sunburn.
Yeah. Sunburns hurt.
And it is here your introduction ends, Isaac, as you are in a loving embrace of your mom, who asks you to go down to the shuttle bay to go see your dad.
Okay. As he will do so.
Congratulations, you have survived your introduction to Alien RPG.
Why do I feel like I have a bad feeling about this?
In classic horror film, it's your mom as the scene fades out. Don't be silly.
It's probably nothing.
I like that attitude. And on that note, Danner, are you ready?
Ready to go.
Okay.
I guess I should mute myself then, huh? Oh, wait.
Danner? Ever since those shuttles got back a while ago, things have not been going very well. And by the way, that is an extreme understatement. Things just seem to stop working. Strange somethings, including the disappearances of crew members, had been happening. People said that they saw things. That was the best you could get, were things. And in fact, Danner, you, as a member of the medical crew on board the Cicada, you did end up having to try and treat someone. But I'm gonna tell you, my friend, it's difficult to sew hamburger back into a cow. Security's been on high alert. Several misfires have already damaged a ship which, in your professional opinion, for as much as it was supposedly fixed and retrofitted in dry dock, and for 3 months, which turned into a little bit more than that, things have only been getting worse. While it hasn't covered things like the exterior windows, this redness, like a rash, has grown across the sides of the ship. It's not looking very good, especially because your antennae and other communications have been whatevered. They don't work. They're seemingly in good order. You can see it out the window. That's what a satellite dish is supposed to look like. It's not working. And one time you even thought you saw something crawling on the exterior of the ship. Now, as you're walking down a corridor, sparks pouring out of injuries from running combats through the hall, people panicking. Morale was already tense. The ship was already overcrowded. Anyone who is in hypersleep was already woken up in the emergency. All hands on deck. And people run past you here as you're in the hallway, more in the foreground. No way. Wait, maybe they can help? No, they're UA. They wouldn't help us. But what are they doing so far in our space? Danner, do you wish to go to some other place? Do you want to follow them? Do you want to go in the opposite direction of which they came? What would you like to do?
Should I give a small little description of who I am, or
yeah,
should we just go right into?
Well, so let's do this. Like we've had like kind of a smash cut. Time has passed. We're in like a first person view as I describe what's happening. Now let's go kind of over the shoulder. Narrate to me. If you want to do third person, so you're like, Danner walks down a scowl on his bearded, or like whatever, right? So get into your character here, and then if you want to go back like first person or something, but there's your prompt, and now roll with it and have a blast and tell me what you're doing. So who is Danner? Who do we see walking down the corridor making this decision?
Okay, so Danner is obviously like very stressed and full of caffeine, trying to figure out what in the world is happening to the ship. He's not used to combat. He's not used to war stuff. He's supposed to be patrolling with the cicada. He's not supposed to be like engaging in anything. So this is kind of like, he's not ready for this, but he's trying to take up a mantle because, there might be something going on in the background of his mind, like that's keeping him from like performing some of his duties as a medic. He's kind of trying to make up for something, and he's trying to keep everyone calm, but it's obviously getting to him because he just can't. He doesn't know what to do at this point. He's kind of taking it by stride, and I believe at this point, he's trying to figure out like different plans of how to get communication through to someone that'll help. His two other partners are in the area, and he knows that there's certain like important individuals with him in the ship, and he needs to find out what he can do to at least keep them safe. Not necessarily everyone on this ship, but he's trying to keep it all together, but the stress is getting a little to him. So I believe in this situation, he's gonna try to investigate something. He's not really like looking to engage with anything, but
okay,
he's kind of desperate here. He's trying to see what he can do.
All right. Go ahead and make an observation as you're very cautiously, like you are on, everyone's been on alert. It's been stressful. You probably don't have any idea how long it's actually been since things have gone to absolute shit. You walk through the halls, and you do manage to see that there is a spray of blood out of where a section of wall had seemingly collapsed, or whatever this kind of rust or something is, has also been starting to infect patches on the interior of the ship. But someone might have walked past this hole and, well, something happened. They might need more than a tetanus shot for that rusty stab. But you see it and you avoid it. Fortunately, power has held. And maybe I don't know if it's a mercy or something that would actually drive you mad, as the engines have had to be repurposed after you effectively lost them over the course of things. The cicadas have gone silent. Everything has been really, really quiet. Now, you reach a point where, again, the glass is perfectly fine, no red. And you do see that's a ship from the United Americas. It's a big one. That's one of their patrollers. It's there's not necessarily a skill for this in Alien, but do you have an interest, whether it's an overt or a covert interest, in the UA? I don't know, have you ever thought about what it might be like on the other side of the neutral zone? Or are you a buff for war history, or no?
So, not necessarily, but I'm kind of in a position right now where I'm not too high of a person, but I'm just in like that middle group where, it's kind of like the middle management where you get everything thrown at you, but you get no recognition for anything that does go right. Everyone else gets your credit. Yeah.
Shit rolls downhill, complaints go upwards to the bosses, and you're in that sweet spot in the Venn diagram.
Exactly.
I gotcha. I'm sorry, but I gotcha.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm kind of just I'm loyal, but if an opportunity comes up, I want to better my situation as much as I can.
All right. Well, you did. So you avoided the bloody hole in the wall, and with your 3 successes in observation, you do see this thing, and you have 2 stunts that we can apply towards maybe not knowledge, but a deduction of some kind. Number 1, as this UA ship is approaching, it seems to perhaps be their version, but a larger version of a ship like yours that is patrolling, although in this case, actually, unless you've really been drifting out of UPP space and even in the neutral zone, this is a patrol ship that is in UPP space. And some of the features of it, as it kind of turns to have its, almost like its belly in a parallel to the giant thing, and clamps for hauling ships or capturing ships have opened up. There's 8 of them along the bottom, and you can even read the name, which is in very bright letters across the bow. This ship's name is the Caradismuth. You don't know what that means, but it's there.
What the heck is this thing doing?
And as you're wondering this, your captain comes over a stuttering in and out intercom system.
To the brave crew of the Cicada, it has been a sincere pleasure serving with you. And it is my duty to make sure that what is ours does not fall into the hands.
Shoot, I'm not getting any of that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't hear any of that on my end.
That's how bad the comms are.
I totally meant that. That was supposed to, right? I was cool, guys. Right? That was a cool thing that your GM did.
Uh, hey, when in
my
doubt,
mic's live.
improvise.
Oh shit.
Hey, when in doubt,
None of it was getting
improvise.
through to you.
No,
Okay.
like we only heard like a syllable or two, and that's about it.
Okay.
I actually heard, but I have you turned way up.
I'll try a different voice, and if for some reason it doesn't work, I'll just use normal voice, and we'll imagine some kind of I guess like distortion or something. Okay.
Okay.
To the brave crew, it has been a distinct pleasure serving beside you. It is with honor and a heavy heart that I must ensure our property does not fall into the hands of the United Americas. For the glory of the Governor General, and perhaps as a mercy to us all, I resign us, the crew of the of the Cicada, to one final glory for the UPP.
Oh gosh.
I am going to play something through a YouTube tab I have open. If you want to try and listen, I will still narrate to you as my players. For you in the audience, you're going to hear it just fine, but I'm telling my players this since it won't pipe through to them. I'm going to let this play a minute, and then I'll make sure to give a redundant narration.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 5 minutes.
Wow, 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 wow. The captain has activated the self-destruct of the Cicada in order to try and deny the enemy their prize, listed first, but that would be the honorable thing, but perhaps also to resign everyone who has died and suffered in all this time to a very quick death. Now, Danner, if you heard, you have 5 minutes to try and get to the override. Maybe talk sense to the captain, or, well, I mean, maybe it's selfish. Maybe you don't want to die. But if the captain can't be reasoned with, then there might have to be something else.
No, yeah, definitely. Danner's self-preservation above everyone else is like top priority. So he will attempt to figure something out with this.
Coffee, as Danner goes running through the ship, in the self-destruct sequence that has been activated, the lights go out and everything is bathed in red emergency lighting as you continue to hear the emergency klaxons, which echo hauntingly through the now empty corridors of the Cicada, where once it was arguably overpopulated. Now, not just with the engines, but with the actual crew. It's so quiet. Everything is red or black.
Danner's like full on experiencing like a kind of a panic of stress and coffee mixed with like not understanding the feeling of having this much isolation in a ship that wasn't supposed to be overfilled, but General knows what General knows. He does what he wants to do.
Yep.
So he's like pumping. His heart's going crazy right now, trying to go through everything. And in a certain point in those 3 months, stuff wears and tears. So his glasses aren't working too well. So he doesn't have that great of night vision, but he kind of like knows the area that he has to go to, and he's just booking it.
As you're running, I would like you to make a also put yourself at 1 stress for the emergent situation that has caused you to kick into this fight or flight. So you have 1 stress on your sheet. I want you to make a mobility test as you're running through the corridors. Would you like to push it? Because remember, it's success or fail. And to give you a hint of this, as you're running, you turn a corner and you're dashing. However, there's a blood slick, fresh blood, that you could be pivoting or like falling in or otherwise losing your balance.
Yeah, Danner catches a glimpse of that, and he freaks out a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna push for it to see what happens.
Okay. No successes. Now, you didn't panic, but stress isn't too lethal at this point. But you do fail. You slip and you fall in a puddle of fresh blood, and you almost like do like a half turn as you like skid across the deck.
God damn. So I land straight on my ass and I'm just slipping there. I think my glasses stay on, I'm not too sure, but this is not good.
I want you to make an observation in this moment as you thud down. Things seem to be okay. I like how I can say that outside of D&D too. Everything seems to be okay.
At this point, I'm just trying to get myself back up. I'm not...
Okay.
At the stress level at that point, I'm just trying to focus on one thing, and now it's just trying to get up, not even worrying about what's around me.
Understood. Okay. So, as you are running ahead, and there's a point as you turn where a bulkhead is being ratcheted down by someone from the other side, who stops for a moment as you're at the end of the hallway. Sorry, comrade. And the last couple clinks down as the bulkhead that you were going to take seals. Now.
Oh, gosh.
If you don't want to risk a dice roll, you can take a longer route. Or you can risk a dice roll with heavy machinery in order to try and find to remove the panel. There's an emergency latch somewhere. Would you like to attempt a dice roll, or do you want to take the safer but longer route? And mind you, you only had 5 minutes to get to it. In the scheme of things, it was feasible from when it began to get there with maybe a couple minutes to spare. But this is going to make it, if you take the long route, it will push that comfort zone.
I think I'm going to take the long route. I'm not even going to mess with this. This is, I'm going to be fiddling with something that I don't understand too well, and then it's just going to mess me up.
Okay. The T-3 minutes cry echoes throughout the haunted chambers of the cicada. Now but well, in an ironic sense, a husk of itself. It sounds like, as you're taking the long route, there's people ahead. And as much as it would be nice if the United Progressive Peoples would be united, there's been a lot of non-unified thought. A lot of self-preservation going on. Now, that's a freebie I'm giving you, is that you do hear people ahead. They might be arguing. Yeah, I think they're arguing. But about what? You don't know. Or you don't exactly know where they are, especially because things are so low light. I can't just give it to you. You can barrel through or into them, or approach them. Or if you want to at least, like take a moment, not like a minute, but like a moment, and use observation to get information, you can do that here. But you do know that there's people ahead. Do you want information, or do you want to continue? But continuing would take you past them or through them.
So in my mind, once I heard the captain using the name Cicada, obviously in my mind I'm just like, this guy is giving up hope. He's not even using the right the full name of the ship anymore as protocol. So by this time, I've kind of already noticed that morale's kind of like really low, to a point where if the captain's already kind of like giving up and naming the Cicada as a cicada, I know that people are kind of like, shoot, are they gonna? In my mind, I'm kind of thinking like, man, they're probably gonna storm the captain if they're probably planning something. So I'd probably see what's going on, maybe just because they might be able to help me. So okay. I'll run ahead.
Okay, so you're not taking the moment to understand, like you just hear it and you're going to run up to them. Okay.
Correct.
So, voices are raised, the klaxon's going off, and you run into a section of hallway that it's an intersection up ahead here. And as you're running, you get a, "Who's that? Who's that?" The voice is not necessarily someone you remember, but there's a lot of people that it would be difficult to do. And it seems as if this person, who's not dressed as security, might have known someone or found someone from it, as they raise a gun at you. Now, another moment, right? We're having these like almost like not like necessarily quick time events, but a decision. He may very well pull the trigger, in which case you will want to save a reaction to try and jump out of the way of the bullet. Or if you are confident that you think you can somehow manipulate or command these people to join you, or at least put the gun down. So, what would you like to do? Would you like to not say anything and save yourself for kind of a dodge and maybe blow through them before you're blown through by a bullet? Or do you want to try and talk to them?
I kind of want to try and talk to them, be like, hey, we're just trying to like stop this from happening, kind of situation. So like if you want to live, like either follow me or move away from the path.
Danner from Medbay? As you're running,
yes.
You're as you've chosen this. This is being delivered to you. So this is someone who at least recognizes you, and might be willing to give in to your authority, as you are. You're not, like you said, you're not a ranking officer, but you also know how to keep people from bleeding out, as many other people have done. You might be useful to them, and they might be useful to you. In this moment, then, I will let you try a command with one extra die, because they recognize the situation. Now, you still have the stress you do, but you're getting one bonus die for circumstantial things.
So I just add one dice to the input value, right?
Yep, it'll give you a prompt after you hit your skill. It'll ask if you need to add anything, and just hit 1. Okay. You got a success. You can stand here and effectively pull rank, or like he's not going to shoot you. That's your success. He's at least going to listen to you, but it will take. You've defused the trigger pull, now carrying things forward. Tell me what you're doing. The gun's not down, it's angled down, but this person is still stressed and on high alert. They haven't shot you. What are you doing or saying?
Not to mention probably jumpy.
Look, I'm just trying to get back to the captain's the head of the ship, just to stop this sequence from happening. I'm not armed. I'm not trying to steal anything. I know there's a panic going on right now, but I just need to get there to either reason with the captain or shut this down myself. So I need a bit of help. But if you guys are just gonna be out here, I understand. But that's what I'm trying to do.
Are you? Is this you ordering them to come with you, or are you ordering them to stand down? At least get out of my way. What is your what is the ultimate 1-sentence summary of that? Come with or stand down?
I would like them to stand down. I'm not really thinking about bringing anyone with me. I'm just trying to do this on my own. But I won't order them. I'm just trying to stand them down.
That will be an easier thing to do, as you're not having them charge along with you through murderous holds. So you can make a command again at a +1.
Oh no!
So there's a panic. I want you to roll 1d6, and we're going to add 2 to that, and then you're going to get a another stress. Okay, 5. You're rattled. All right. So nothing bad happens. You fail to get them to stand down in this moment. And as a part of this, Danner, as you're talking to the man with the gun, the other one that was with him, that was standing off to the side, not too far away, you suddenly hear a thwump. And you've heard that noise. You did that exact same thing. That's the sound of a body hitting the deck. And then the body screams as it is drugged down the dark hallway.
Holy shit, what is that?
And your panic is going to be like in this moment you're getting them to stand down, and then just this had happened. So I'm not telling you that you killed an NPC. Okay, you did, but it's not you, and that's important. So something, without standing and trying to look at something in a dark, barely red lit hallway, drug someone off screaming, leaving just you and the man with the gun, who in this slow motion is starting to pull the gun up past you, not at you. And it looks like he's getting ready to try and fire down the hallway. Do you want to use that moment to get out of there? Or is that a yes, I don't need any other option?
Yeah, I'm just gonna book it.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
Gotcha. You take off, and behind you, blam, blam, blam. And you hear some of these shots might have just like spanked off the metallic corridor. And unfortunately, you've seen that boy, the soldiers of the UPP could really use some better target practice, because some of those holes in the wall have not helped the situation over these months. But you also hear just a scream that it like metal, like a fork on a plate, like metal on metal, like a grinding, squealing sound. However, that's growing more distant behind you. And you run. You're taking the circuitous route, but you've seen that there's something close by. You can now, I'm going to ask for for another test here. You can make a mobility to dash blindly as you are getting very close to this 5 minutes. Or you could still theoretically make it with not much time. You could still run but be observant and not run blindly through the corridors. So either you can get there with a little bit more time to spare, or you can get there maybe just-ish in time. But the danger level of observance is what I want you to weigh. Do you want to make a mobility or an observation here? But unfortunately, rolling the dice is not, or not rolling the dice is not an option. You're going to have to choose something and risk it.
I'm going with mobility.
Okay, just blinders on, and maybe you can outrun whatever is happening. Got it. All right, go ahead and make a mobility. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Once more, you fall. And this is getting very ridiculous. Go ahead and increase your stress. And, well, I'm sorry, make your panic roll first. D6 plus 3, and then increase your stress. 7 was just on the cusp, I believe, of the results before you start getting into the juicier things. But so you know you're on your last nerve. Like, this is super close. You fall, and once more, boom, and there's just this echoing, you know, even though everyone's been on like super tight rations for a while, like, wow, you made a lot of noise when you fell. And you've lost some time, and it is now a gotta do something. I have to get there. Nothing fortunately sprung out of, oh, there's a lot happening here, but you gotta get there, and this is the do or die. So I am we're going to make this a mobility once more, as you gotta run this. You're doing this for the team. You are the United and the United Progressive Peoples here. You're trying to save everyone's collective asses from this self-destruct sequence that the demoralized captain started. Hope you can pull it off, Danner. That is one success. Now, one success is probably all you need, but I would be a very bad game mother if I didn't tempt you with making up for lost time by getting additional successes, meaning you might have more time to do whatever needs doing when you get there.
All right, let's go for it. I'm in too deep with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna push it.
Oh no!
Oh.
All right. So,
Yeah, I felt that from over here.
5 plus 1d6, please. That is a 7. All right. Nervous twitch. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1. So it's a failure, and you were going to get that stress anyway. That was just a bonus gift for anyone around you, but you're solo right now. So it's not as bad. Okay. You start off, and you hear some kind of like metallic grind, and things actually shake this time, which is probably why you panicked and fell down. You weren't expecting this. Maybe it was that UA ship that made contact with this thing that had been that it wasn't even so much that you were towing it in ahead. Over these months, it's almost like the ships were being like reeled in, such that the ships are
Sorry, I lost sound of you for a second.
Yeah.
Such as the ships are.
Yeah, we
Danny,
lost
we
we
can't
lost
hear
sound on
you.
you completely.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Like, period.
We cannot hear you at all.
Test.
Check your Discord to make sure you're on the right input still. It might have
Test.
changed. There it goes.
There it goes.
It was voice mod, or either that or something happened with the microphone that voice mod's like, oh, I got disconnected. But because you hear me and the channel hears me through voice mod, that was the one point of weakness that failed. All right, anyway, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
This thing, I guess the UA wants this, whatever it is. You get knocked down. So, you get up and you scramble forward. You are almost at that line now. The klaxons are getting worse and worse.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24,
23, 22, 21, 20.
19, 18.
And as we are at this less than 20-second mark, you make it into the captain's like the officers' lounge, or like where the captain would be, or not. I guess it'd actually be the bridge of the Cicada. And there is no captain. Not stoically looking out of the glass is pristine, crystal clear. There is no captain. However, there is the captain's arm still on the device, and blood smears, which are going to an access vent in the corner of the bridge.
I kind of like, assess it for a bit, and then I'm just like, you know what? Whatever's here is probably already left, so I just make a mad dash for the device.
In that moment, in that mad dash, I want you to make a Comtech roll. Now, you are isn't exactly your forte here, but you gotta try something to deactivate. this self-destruct sequence. Well, look at that.
That's a bad time.
4 successes. Now, while you did get an NPC ruthlessly murdered in the hallway back there, fortunately for you, you have inadvertently saved a life. As you're here and you're like, just focus, Danner, and you're like, okay, well, it's just a severed arm, and you gotta like peel the curled fingers from the it's gross. Anyway, and you're like, how do I do this? A voice from the other part of the bridge coming up out of ductwork, that of a child. Isaac crawls up out of the vents, and he tells you he touched this sequence. I watched the whole thing. And I'm gonna have to speak a little bit for you to get you involved in this.
All right.
So I roll with me, and I'll give you words, but I want to tell the. I'll give you the momentum. Let me build it real quick.
All right.
So in this panic, you're like peeling back the captain's arm. You hear this voice. This child climbs out of the vents, and you know this child. I mean, not like you're friends and you played every day on the not tennis court that you have, but tells you quickly the sequence that he saw the captain input, and that tremendously helps you. You do, and the self-destruct
80, 70,
as this is going on. Okay, it was this. Are you sure it was the triangle? Yes.
12, 11,
Okay.
Yep.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. 9.
8,
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't the triangle. It was, but it was the upside down triangle.
3.
You're killing me and us.
The option to
And
override detonation.
right before the option to deny the detonator, to cancel the detonation, you punch the upside down triangle, and the little button goes back down into the panel. Mostly because a lot more of the electricity in here has given out. It is almost completely dark even for the emergency lights, as something has happened either with the cancellation or elsewhere, because things are happening. You've got a kid, you've got darkness, and you've got to try and find a way to survive.
So I'm kind of catching my breath here for a minute. So something I kind of like want to work into this character is,
Sure.
I've mentioned before, all the double duties I've been pulling and stuff like that, trying to put myself to work in other places, all the, starving people, all the stressed out people. I've probably seen some bodies here and there, so it's nothing new to me, but try to keep up appearances just in case, the captain needs me for something. So I've kind of been getting a little bit of the ransacking a bit of the medical supplies. So I believe I have something called like a nap relief, which
Okay.
I may or may not have become a little bit of, dependent on. So in that moment of like, trying to figure something out, maybe for the, we black screen out, I kind of like inject myself a little bit and, take a breather.
Okay. Well, you can get the benefits of nap relief. Now, we don't get a fade to black yet, because nothing is ever easy, and you have a child you need to try and survive, rescue, something. But because of your medical knowledge, you do know that the med bay has its own source of power separate from the main power of the cicada. And the operation pod can effectively double as like life support, like a cryotube. Unfortunately not that there was really anyone else left in the regular cryosleep, but it's not going to help them if all the power's out anyway. You would have just like mummified in there. If you can make it to the med bay, there is hope that you and maybe this kid might be able to use the surgical pod as a lifeboat until hopefully the Governor General sends out more people. Or, I mean, maybe if the UA gets you and drags you there, you can seek asylum or beg to be returned or something. But at least you'll be alive.
Alright, so in that moment of, the injection, I kind of get my bearings a little bit, and, I look at the kid, I kind of look around, I'm like, kind of
Hi.
notice, like, the little event, hey, Isaac, right? I
Yeah.
kind of, in my mind, I'm kind of trying to act like I knew his parents a bit, so that, because I kind of know he's kind of a little bit of important because of his family ties, so I kind of reassure him, like, hey, I know it's kind of like a bit scary here. I saw that you came out of the vents, but like if we can stick together and head to at least the med bay, where I know there's a bit of a pod there that can help us stay safe. We can get you to safety. In my mind thinking, trying to convince him that I'm here for his safety. I'm trying to take care of him, is what I'm trying to convey.
Well, there was this weird monster. Or
There has been a bit of some scary stuff happening. I don't know if you noticed that people are kind of a little bit of in an aggressive mode. It might have not been. I know that things are scary right now, but there's no monsters. It might have been just a person that wasn't too there, like wasn't all there. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, but the monster hurt. I saw, like, I was hiding, right?
yeah, and it's really dark, so it might have he might have gotten scared. The captain is probably somewhere else right now.
This monster tore off his arm and started dragging him.
Unfortunately, Isaac, that also happened with your mom in front of you.
Uh-huh.
I can assure you, Isaac, that there are ants in the vents.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a giant ant.
I kind of I'm processing this. You know what?
I gotta make
Let's see if we can get away from this area. It might not be safe because of those ants, but let's see if we can reach the med bay. We can get a snack there and just try to reform ourselves.
Okay.
Now, Isaac is very much covered in grime and also blood, even old blood, not even fresh. But you have his cooperation, and you need to book it. Now, fortunately, Isaac does know a couple shortcuts that maybe you didn't even know.
I know a shortcut.
But it will take a little bit of extra bendiness on your part in order to get there. But
Shortcut. I kind of know pretty much every corridor of this ship, and some of the places I've been to, we might not be able to go back.
The monster attacks it from very open spaces. And shit, I lost the internet.
No, I can still hear you. I just don't see you.
There we go.
There we go.
Well, okay, sorry. Yeah, but the the monster ant is attacking out in the open. This is faster and safer.
You're not claustrophobic,
Yeah.
are you, Danner?
Are you claustrophobic?
No, I'm not. It's just kind of.
Then follow me. As he opens up one of the vents and starts to leave.
I follow along. I'm not gonna stay back here without him. He's kind of like my ticket home.
Yeah, trust a little child with your life. That can go wrong at all.
Danner, you're on hands and knees, and it definitely gets tight. Like, even a couple times, Isaac's like, oh, it's getting a little cozy. And you're like, oh, fucking cozy? You're telling me, kid. You know? And as you're crawling, now, Isaac was true in that, well, you aren't getting attacked. But as you're crawling through, you do hear timp, 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 timp of boots running down metal plates. People shouting, a couple gunshots here and there as you're making your way through the innards of this dead cicada.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm probably just thinking that, shoot, there's probably like riots happening at this point. People are probably like out of the panic zone of like hearing like, oh shoot, all clear, and they're probably just trying to make a mad dash to resources.
There's a moment where you do hear something kind of like a timp, 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 but it's a lot more scratchy. And instead of 2 boots, it's 4 not boots.
Yeah, my character immediately stops as soon as he hears that. And I did a hand signal of like, stop.
A low kind of metal grinding sound. Very, very tinny, almost like someone playing a saw, kind of a wibbly metallic sound. As it scans back and forth, like you can almost hear this scraping shriek. It's not a shriek, but it's unnerving but subtle. Timp, 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 like, and also scratches. Bang, bang, from further away. Now you hear that metal on metal grind as this thing above you shrieks. And it digs in so hard that there are claws that just tip through the plating above you. Isaac, it's kind of unsettling for you. Danner, you're bigger. And like one of these claws, as it like digs in to lunge forward, like right in front of you. And then it bounds off.
I have to catch my breath a bit of like, just trying to like.
Of course.
Both of you have 1 more stress.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if it matters, but you do.
So I go from 3 to 4 again?
Yep.
Okay, making sure. And start leading the way again. As soon as like I'll keep an ear out, and as soon as I don't hear, like as soon as I might confirm, I'm like, okay, I start moving again, very slowly.
Yeah, I don't even question anymore. I'm just.
The ship's not going to explode, so yeah, maybe it's better to be quiet this time. And you're slipping in a lot less blood.
Uh-huh.
You get to the med bay, and it has been ransacked. Not destroyed per se, but it has been ransacked for supplies. And it looks like there was some kind of a fight, as there's blood splatter and some shell casings. There's unfortunately some equipment that didn't survive the impact of the bullet, as well as a couple rips that were not made by bullets. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Eventually, he'll say, "How's the monster?" As he pops open the vent, as he crawls onto the floor and pushes himself off of the floor, letting the doctor that Isaac probably doesn't really know the name of.
I kind of figured.
Are you gonna
I
correct
try
him
to
if he's
make
like,
my-
"Oh, thank you, Doctor"? Are you gonna?
Um.
Oh,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Danner. It's Danner. Sorry.
Um,
I work with your parents. I didn't see you around too much, but just letting you know.
if there was an inside check, I would absolutely roll for it.
There's kind of, but right now,
Yeah.
hey, your parents. That's definitely a touchy subject. This person wants to help you, so maybe you'll let that one slide.
Yeah, he's gonna let that one slide for now.
Plus, he's gonna need your help, kid, because it looks like that. I mean, there's no one in the surgery bay, which you can see here. And while it is emergency lighting, there is power here. It does respond. So whatever this separate power source is working. And this, who knows how long it'll take, but hopefully someone can come and rescue you two. So what I need is Isaac, do you have Comtech at all?
He's not very good. No, he does not.
Okay. The two of you working right now, there's no extra stress. What is your wits, Isaac?
My wits?
Yeah.
I believe it's a 3.
Okay.
Yes.
Danner, like you are not. You're not the best at Comtech, and even medical. Like you are on the medical team. Like basic stuff. Like you're more of a med tech or an assistant or something. You work in there, so it's not that this is unknown, but you've never had to like work the surgery pod. That's kind of above your pay grade. But you know enough to be dangerous, or at least to press F1 and bring up the little help screen as best as you can. You can roll a Comtech with a +3 as you're able to take some time with Isaac. Now, you are still stressed, but you're not getting Isaac's stress dice also. You just have yours.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus... What? 6 plus 6? Or, well, hopefully not a 6, but roll a d6. Okay, we have an 8. Not terrible. Tremble. You start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer a -2 modification until your panic stops. Somewhere, maybe you even just think that you heard a sound. But now, as you're trying to, like, press the exact, like, no, I don't want it to tear into me and replace my organs. I just want to be frozen. But you keep jittering and almost hitting that tear me open and replace my organs button. Isaac, Danner's really shaky right now. But it doesn't cause you panic, which is good.
Are you okay, Mr. Danner?
Yeah. Just trying to get this stupid thing to work. Shoot.
Tell you what, Isaac, if you want to volunteer, and Danner might be able to sit back and calm down.
Here, you tell me what to type in, and I'll try to type it.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. So I'm kind of already coming down from the adrenaline, and I'm starting to feel the effects of the mix of caffeine and drugs that I've been taking in. So I start to try to explain, and I'm the type of my character's the type of person that kind of like wants to explain in a way that makes it seem he knows what he's doing, just so that it doesn't freak people out. So I tried to explain something to him, overly explain something, and I can probably see like a frustration in both of us trying to get this to work.
Okay. I like this, and what I will do... I like this. Okay. So, Isaac? I will let you use Danner's empathy instead of his wits.
Okay.
So you can roll Comtech with a +5. Now, the writer with this, which I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing, it's not like you're going to get torn apart by this, but the writer this is very much going to ingratiate you to Danner, because he's able to just like, yeah, you know what, a lot of what he's saying makes sense, and so he has this way of talking, which is talking you through this, but he does seem to be very professional. He seems to be several pay grades above what he's actually paid. And he also knew your parents and whatnot. So as a role play consideration, this is, you get a big bonus, but I guess if there is a cost, it's that Isaac definitely trusts Danner as like a guardian.
Yeah, at least as like someone to help him out with someone with a more complicated task, like getting off of the vessel.
Yep. So go ahead and make your Comtech with a +5.
Yep. Rolling. 3 success, 1 panic.
Okay.
And rolling 1d6.
Yep, roll a d6.
+3, so that's 5.
Okay. You just...
Right?
No. I got like...
No, 4.
You fail, and as you do, you see some of like the surgical arms, and like apparently you also hit organ replacement. You can look over at Danner like, sorry, didn't mean that one. But your stress does go up, and go ahead and roll again with that +5.
Okay. Goes up by 1?
Yep.
Okay, making sure. Oh, wrong button.
Look at that. Isaac.
Now that...
Man, this kid's got some moxie. So you calm yourself, like Isaac. This is like, okay, no, it's like back in the cockpit. Just, you got to hit the buttons that the instructor tells you to hit. Don't hit the shiny red button. That was evisceration. Don't hit that one. Hit the blue button. That means I get cold. Okay, and boop, and the prompt goes off.
No.
You have a semblance of safety. Are you climbing in?
I think I got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it turned off. I thought it shut down. Sorry.
No. He got it. It is green lights. Like he did exactly what needed doing. Now you would know any sort of like basic. I think there's definitely like a rehydration that you can drink after you come out of cryosleep, which hopefully you will. Ugh. But beforehand, there's some little things that might help prepare you for it. But as you're successful, the two of you lie down on the surgery table, and the canopy, and as there's kind of a peaceful vroom, vroom. It's a very rhythmic sound, which can be peaceful itself, but it is the machine actually working, which probably actually brings more peace. The temperature is starting to fall. Your shared breath in this tube is starting to frost on the exterior. Before the technology claims your consciousness and puts you into a form of suspended animation, do either of you want to say anything to each other?
Hopefully everyone else gets out okay. As my character is very hopeful on that part, despite trauma.
As long as we're safe, I'm pretty sure everyone else will be.
that's how that works.
All right. We actually have a fade to black because you lose consciousness. And what we're gonna do, everyone, let's get up and take a quick little stretch break. And when we come back, Cyril, we're going to open up with you and find out what is going to what's going to happen here. Oh, no, it looks like Critter Misfit gave Cyril a +1 bonus die for something here, so that'll be good if you need it. But what could go wrong as a scientist and a well, all right, anyway, we're going to take a break and not ponder that question.
We'll find out.
I was about to say.
This week.
Don't jinx it.
We'll see you soon, everyone. I have my workshop break screen. I guess we can pop over to. So get up. We're going to take about 10 minutes to refresh ourselves, and we'll come back. We'll see you soon. All right.